Unmute, check, 1, 2, 3.
This for We call to order the special call Budget and Finance Committee meeting. I have to lean on you. I guess we'll come back to the minutes since I was not here. We're gonna, Chaz, we're gonna remove item 17 from consent.
To consent?
Remove it from consent.
Which item?
Railroad Court.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. We'll consider the consent agenda at this time. Would you like to recommend items
Yes,
to
Mr.
said
Chair.
consent agenda?
I'd like to recommend the following items for consent. Item number 4 on page 1. Item number 5 on page 2. Then we go over to page, item number 12 on page 5. Item number 13 on page 5. Item number 14 on page 6. And item number 15 on page 6. And those are the items for consideration. So 4 and 5 on page 2. Items.
You have an issue with item 16, page 7?
No, that's correct. Item 16 on page 7. I agree with that one as well.
Do we have a motion to consider the
Yes, I
consent?
move those following items to be considered for consent.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Consent agenda passes. We'll get started with item 6, I believe. A request seeking the budget ordinance to rescind budget ordinance 25-132 for an amount totaling $171,000 from the District 8 capital project account to the Bush Hills Neighborhood Association capital account. That account number is 031_205_04409.690-001. And that is going to account number 031_2020_15198.540-001.
Move the item.
Second. Commissioner Chief Mitchell.
Nah, that's the council's item.
He always played
Yeah,
that one.
he couldn't wait to say that. Mr. Chair, what you have before you is a rescission, budget ordinance 25-132. That budget ordinance was before the council somewhere around October 3rd, I believe. But in essence, that budget ordinance moved $171,000 to the Bush Hills Neighborhood Association for a capital project. At this time, the District 8 office is rescinding that $171,000 and reallocating a pro rata share, as you can see, across all neighborhoods in District 8, totaling $100,000. So of the $171,000, $100,000 will be going to the neighborhoods collectively, and $71,000 will be returned to the District 8 capital projects account. And so, in the midst of pause, if there are some questions about this item, I guess what we've asked for from a staff position is that the council develops a policy on transactions and/or items that come before you. 3 examples, not all equally related, but one, of course, Councilor Clark at the time late September, October, was able to move this item with the approval of the committee and her colleagues. Councilor Moore, I think it was at the October 14th, Budget and Finance attempted to move $47,500. And that item, as presented to the Budget and Finance Committee, was not able to get a second, so it failed in committee and never made it to the agenda. Another example, dating back maybe towards the spring, when we were zeroing out our FY25 general fund accounts, Councilor Tate at that time moved $15,000 to Parks and Rec. At some point thereafter, the Hooper City Neighborhood Association wanted a portion of those fees that went to Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec designation was for capital projects. We subsequently made an amendment to the budget ordinance that moved $15,000 to Parks and Rec and took $1,000 of that amount and moved it to the Hooper City Neighborhood Association. And I believe we did that in July. So again, there's been various actions that have been presented to the committee that have or have not been acted on by the committee or the council. And I think we're here with this item as well.
Any questions from the committee?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I do want to say that this particular item does give us an opportunity as councilors to seek a resolution or plans on how we deal when this happens in the future and setting some policies for these are the type expenditures and allocations.
I read between the lines there.
Thank you.
Hmm? You want me to say that?
Do you have a comment, Chess? Chief Commissioner.
No, I think it's your fiscal duty to develop a policy for outgoing and incoming councilors. I think that's something you should look at without putting us in a predicament.
Mr. Chair, that's something, Madam President and former Council Abbott and I actually talked about maybe at the last, Budget and Finance meeting doing that, because this is the third time we come upon it really at the 23rd hour when we think about it. I think even though whether we seek another term or not, there's something we probably need to put in place like in the next year or so while you're chair, when I use the president, so.
Nice little
That's a lot of money.
moratorium on
It was
council
like
spending.
that's why you don't have a vote, but
It's not,
sound like the nuclear football. But I'll take that. I think, being the very beginning of new quadrennium is a good time to look at said things. I know in the past, well, I guess we can talk about, I know there was around maybe commiserate with point in time of where you are in the budget year. But, all right, do we have a motion on this item?
Mr. Chair, just while you're there, I don't envision that consideration by the council being very difficult, but essentially a 1/12 policy sets the limits. So whether it's a capital account that's whole, our general fund accounts are technically receiving revenue every month, although we spend all 12 months. It is appropriated 1/12 1 month out of the 12-month calendar year. So it's a better practice to slow down those expenditures by essentially putting a 1/12 limit on expenditures for outgoing councils, whether that's a capital account or a general fund account.
Definitely give it some consideration anytime we're doing anything to limit the power of a duly elected counselor. Sorry, but, all right, we got a, go. All right, that item passes. We'll send that to the,
You have to call for the vote.
oh, wait, my bad. All in favor? That motion passes. We'll send this to the full council with a recommendation to approve. Item 7. Chief Commissioner Mitchell.
So what's before the council is just yearly allocation for Oak Hill and Greenwood Cemetery. We increased their allocation from a request that they sent to us for just increased funding just for ongoing maintenance and just cost of doing business, and with inflation and costs on the rise. So we saw it fit to just go ahead and increase them since they're maintaining 2 of our city-home cemeteries.
Move the item.
Second.
Any questions? We'll go to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. We'll send this to full council with the recommendation to approve. Go to item 8. Wait, I didn't read that one.
So for item 8, we'll bring up Mr. Colin Alexander. Mr. You do this one? No, never mind. Colin Alexander. We'll present this item.
Good afternoon to the committee. My name is Colin Alexander. My name is Colin Alexander, and I serve as program manager in BDOT. What's before you is one of our typical grant application resolutions. This is an application to ALDOT for an A-Trip 2 grant for improvements along the US 78 corridor in front of Continental Gen. So it changes names between 3rd, 4th, 5th Avenue as it becomes Crestwood Boulevard right there. The proposal is to tee in the 3 intersections at 3rd Avenue South, 4th Avenue South, and 5th Avenue South that currently intersect on an angle. So we'll bring those intersections to tee in to US 78. There'll be some signal redesign. The signal at 5th Avenue will be adjusted to also include the entrance to Cahaba Brewery to provide a signalizing entrance into that point. And then further up on 46th Street, the signal would be amended to add in a left-hand turn into Continental Gen, which currently there is not. It's a safety improvement, it's an economic development improvement. It will improve also response time from the fire station to emergencies, because now currently, if you're going from the fire station back west, you cannot turn left onto Crestwood Boulevard. So they have to go back through the neighborhood and make additional turns. So it's here they can come to a signalized intersection right at their station and take a left. The project is estimated around $2 million, which is the amount of the grant. There is no local match.
I said move the item.
Second.
Items before us. Anybody have a question? No? Colin, can you get a map
I can get that
added
to
into
you
this
guys,
item?
absolutely.
On the council. All right. Go ahead and move to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
That item passes. Send that to the full council with a recommendation to approve. Item 9.
It's a net here. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll bring up Director Burrows to present the item. Yeah.
Daryl Burrows, I serve the city of Birmingham as Director of IMS. So we're asking the council to approve $850,000 yearly for a total of $2.5 million over a 3-year span for 6 major projects that we're working on for professional services and project management.
Tell them the project.
So some of the projects include our software assessment that we're doing. We have too many applications that are overlapping that are costing us money. We're doing an intranet redesign. Right now, we don't have good structure. We want that to be the internet for our internal employees. AssetWorks is moving to the cloud. Municipal courts applications moving to the cloud. Chronos is also moving to the cloud, and also BPD's accreditation service.
And Chronos.
And Chronos, yeah. Thank you.
For those departments that you mentioned, is this now we have all of those departments at a level that you think that they will be operating more efficiently once you find out what services you need to provide or what type of programs?
Yes, ma'am.
Software you need to apply?
Yes, ma'am. We're a cloud-first organization now, and we're migrating all of our major applications to the cloud, and also to the latest version of their application.
And I know that recently we did have a meeting with the Alabama League of Municipalities, and so one of the things, it came a public safety issue of securing your internet and your data and all of your different programs, your electronic programs, as a matter of safety, so that you can't get people in there. So does this help to, how does this help to improve the safety? Going to the cloud, does that ensure
Yeah,
the level of safety?
Yes, ma'am, it also helps us because we also share part of our security with Microsoft. They're a lot bigger, a lot smarter, they got a lot more people. So it reduces our footprint. It helps us to be more proficient in terms of supporting those, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
If you could talk about just the 850K, is that, how did y'all arrive at that number? Or is
I
that,
think that's just simply divided by 3.
well, I mean, in terms of what you need on a year-to-year basis,
Oh, for
do you
the-
think that's like right on the head enough, or is that cushion?
So it's, they included a scope of service. So we, IMS has been using, iSeek for various, project management things over the, and so this is kind of added on to their portfolio. So I think this is based off of the portfolio that they have with those 6 programs. And the fee is just what it is over the next 3 years to complete the cycle of their project management for implementation.
And that's limited just to moving these things to the cloud?
I think it's more the capacity that we don't have within our IMS department, that we need to rely on somebody that can get it over, basically across the finish line to completion.
Any,
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Item passes. Send this to full council with a recommendation to approve. We are going to item 10.
Yes, sir. Darryl Burrows, Director IMS. So this is simply for training for our enterprise application group. And some of this is on premises training, on-site training, and some of it is web-based training.
move the item. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. We'll send that to full council with a recommendation to approve. Item 11,
Darryl Burrows, IMS Department. So, we're requesting about $1 million to replace approximately 700 of our oldest computers in the city. We do these on a 5-year lease, and so this positions us to replace all of those oldest computers in the city.
Question, is this primarily, you said all computers, does this touch each department in some way, or is it concentrated in
Yes.
certain areas?
Yes, ma'am. So we run a report. In the report, we can look at all the computers by model, and the oldest models are being replaced. Year before that, we did the oldest model that year. So we do that every year over a 5-year cycle, and everybody has new computers, yeah. And by the time we get to the 5th year, we're ready to start over again. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Burrows did a great job of answering or responding to President Alexander's question, but the refresh doesn't include our department. But we use our departmental budget to purchase our own computers, so I think it accounts for all departments except for the Birmingham City Council.
Chief, could you shed some light on?
Yeah, I mean, we'll assess and show the council where our oldest computers, and when we say computers, we're talking about Dell, we're not talking about Apple products, because I know that the council has a lot of Apple products that's not serviced by IMS. So I'll work with Mr. Director Burrows and his team to give y'all a list of just where our most outdated computers are in the 5-year program.
No. So, I mean, this represents 1/5, or is that?
Yeah, so we try to go in like a cycle of 1/5. Yeah, and sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, just depending.
But we got about 3,500
Yes, sir.
computers.
Yes, sir.
Mr. McDaniels, how many computers would you say the council had?
Excluding Apple, about 54.
Where? Okay.
Like laptops.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm about to see.
A lot of work to be done on this side of the hall, Mr. Director.
I got 55 employees.
Legislative work.
I hear you. We'll work with you.
We swap them out when they go down, and so they help us changing the menu boards and stuff.
I got you.
Yeah, that would just add about 10 to each 5-year cycle. All right. Any other questions on that?
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. Item 12.
Item 12, I thought we had on consent, but go. Got, Deputy Chief, I thought it was on consent.
10 and 13.
Hold on.
I got it.
Penlink was on?
Madam Chair, you wanna go to 17?
I'm saying Penlink was on consent? Penlink was on consent? Where's the new one that changed? What?
Did you want to pull it back off consent or?
Did you put it on? Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. 13, 14, 15.
16.
And 16.
16. We added 16 last.
Okay. Yeah, we're on 12.
Yeah, that's on, it was on
12
consent.
consent is what
You
we
did? All right.
12, 13, 14, 15.
And 16.
Now you're 17.
Item 17.
Mr. Chairman, committee members, so before you is our amendment to our current agreement with the Railroad Park Foundation. Over the past couple of years, we have, the city has contributed almost $900,000 for their operating budget. With this year being the exception that we wanted to increase them from an ask from a letter that we received to $1 million to help with their operation, offsetting costs related to maintenance. So just like I said before with the previous item for Oak Hill, they have some operational maintenance issues that's just with inflation costs on the rise and everything else, we wanted to support the foundation by increasing their contribution by $100,000 to make it a solid $1 million. We do have the executive director here if you had any questions for her. If not, I can answer any other questions that the committee may have.
Yeah, come on up. Join us. You got anything?
Thank you very much. I just want to say, I'm still proud of Railroad Park and the service they provide to the residents and the opportunities they have for residents to go out and venture in the great green space. And I've noticed that a lot of your activities, you are increasing. So I know this is related to maintenance and upgrading you to that. But do you see any programs you just want to talk to us about that you might want to highlight so residents are aware?
Thank you so much. Yes, so we are in the middle of preparing for 2026 right now. Of course, the park is still open and gorgeous right now. The weather is a great time to come and visit the park. But we're in the process of applying for grants to continue and grow our Get Healthy on the Railroad program, which is free exercise classes every weeknight and on Saturdays and some mornings for our community. That's our most popular and long-standing program. We serve close to 8,000 or 9,000 people a year through that program, and it just keeps growing each year. That's grant funded, and so we're very encouraged from the news we've heard from our potential grantors. They're very excited. We're also working on our Magic City Pop-Up Plaza series, which is a series that we do once a month throughout the warmer months in order to support our very most nascent, early young businesses that are sole proprietor entrepreneurs. We have a very low entrance fee for the Magic City Pop-Up Plaza of only $25, so it's low risk. So very different from a lot of other, the wonderful fairs and events that we have around town. This is very low entry so that people can test out and see what is working and what products they're selling that are resonating with customers. We're also working on multiple agreements with different nonprofits in town for them to host their events at Railroad Park, and most of those events will be free, including the Alabama Symphony Orchestra and including lots of other wonderful healthy events such as Heart Walk. And we just had this past weekend Black Men's Wellness Day, and my understanding is that they'd like to come back again next year, hopefully. So we want to make sure we're continuing to have at least 180 or more of these events a year, so that there are just constant opportunities for people to come, be together in community, but most importantly, be healthy. We are learning that we are a hub for health and wellness in the community for all 99 neighborhoods. It's awesome to see when we track who all is coming. It's all the neighborhoods, which is wonderful, and we want to keep that up. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. No, we appreciate you being here. I appreciate the way you do a really good job of providing reporting every year. So that really keeps us very well in the loop of where money's going and what y'all are doing. So thank you. Second. We'll do a roll call vote.
You don't have to do that. All you have to do is say all in favor, say
I thought you needed to.
Obviously, abstain.
Are you gonna say it?
Yeah.
President Alexander.
Aye.
Councilor Smith.
Abstain.
Aye. That item passes. We'll send that to the full council. The recommendation to approve. Item 18.
Let Mr. Aurelio Johnson present this item, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm Rainer Johnson, I serve as Project Manager, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. This afternoon, the item before you is a request for this is a GG Fund has purchased a 29-7 development. And in doing so, 29-7 had a development agreement with the city of Birmingham in which they would receive tax abatements for a 10-year term. And the acquisition, GG Fund is requesting that the city of Birmingham transfer the remaining balance of the development agreement for the next 7 years for the balance of up to $150,000 a year. The abatements are based upon sales tax abatements, so it's performance driven, and those abatements are a year in arrears. And we're asking that in lieu of the acquisition, that the development agreement is transferred to GG Fund.
Can you let them know the different companies that's on their development so they'll know, they understand where it is?
Mr. Guy? This is Mr. Guy of GG Fund, who's the recent purchaser of the property. Who's on the that's located?
Okay, so I'm going from the left to right. If you're looking at it from the street, number one is Hattie B's Hot Chicken. Number two used to be a locked-in escape room business, which has been gone out of business due to COVID-19. And right now we have a young entrepreneur. Her name is Leora Bird. Some of us know her as Queen Leora from TikTok, and she is opening her salon suite and a makeup business in that joint. Number three, and space number 3 and 4 is occupied by Denim on 7th. It's a luxury lunch, and it's owned by a Malik and district attorney and Denny Card. They joined on a business trying to bring a luxury environment to that street. Number 5 is Mayor Restaurant Bar and Grill. It's owned by Kobe Coughlin, which is also the owner of Mystery West and East West, a luxury restaurant. Space number 6 and 7 is Exit Realty. It's owned by a couple, Robert and Shannon Malcolm, local entrepreneurs and just real estate, trying to teach the younger generations how to achieve wealth through real estate. Number 8 is Umami. Used to be a Babalu, a Mexican taco place, but they went out of business due to just private equity purchased them, and then they did not run their balance book well. It's purchased by a minority gentleman named Putu Arsana, and it turned into a very good ramen, taco, and sushi place. So, hope that answers the question.
Can you talk about the term of the agreement? I think initially you said this was intended to be a 10-year, and it got extended at some point.
Was for 29/7 when they entered into the agreements for a 10-year term. The term was activated upon 75% occupancy, which occurred 4 years ago. So this will be going to the 7th year, the 3rd year of a 10-year term. So GG Fund will be receiving the balance of the term, which will be 7 payments.
I'd like to make a quick note. When I purchased the property, it was 73% occupied, and I changed the management. I was pretty much on-site property every other day, and brought it up to 90%, and then 100% of retail. So far.
How long ago did you purchase the property?
May 15th, 2025.
You said they hit 75% at what date?
73% occupied at the time of purchase.
On this purchase.
You know what I'm saying? You said, when did the tax abatements trigger?
In 2021.
73% was including the residential. At that time, at the time of purchase, the commercial element was 7 out of 8 that was occupied, which is 75%.
But all other terms remain the same?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
Move the item.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Item 19.
So we'll bring up Ms. Yamini Bhatti, sorry, to present this item for Birmingham Corps.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yami Bhatt. I'm the founding executive director at Birmingham Corps. We launched in 2022, and we are a workforce organization that really provides career services to overlooked talent in our city, as well as helping smaller, high-impact nonprofit employer partners connect to talent that they're not tapping into. We are requesting $75,000 to help expand our career services, so we can provide the following to Birmingham residents: career assessment and planning, one-on-one career coaching, resume help, job searching, mock interview prep, and industry-specific training referrals, post-employment support, employer connections and partnerships, professional goal implementation, financial coaching, LinkedIn account setup, and also expanding networks. One of the problems so we've been around for 3 years, and one of the issues that we're seeing is a lot of the talent in our city is not plugged into the right networks, and that impedes on their ability to find the right employment opportunities. And so the $75,000 would really help expand to 40 untapped Birmingham residents, people that we're not already serving. In the past 3 years, we've been able to serve 1,200 Birmingham residents through our career services. This is roughly about $2,000. The $75,000 investment would be about $2,000 per resident in Birmingham. And so it would cover a lot of support, along with some wraparound services such as childcare stipends, transportation, and healthcare costs as well. I'm gonna stop there. I have a very comprehensive presentation, but y'all got a full agenda, so I'll just take questions.
As long as it takes to do the people's business. Got it?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. I'm familiar with Birmingham Corps. Glad to see the continuation of this service you're providing to residents. Tell me a little bit about any type of connection you have with our junior colleges. I know primarily, because I'm interested in Lawson State, but how does this impact, or what is the utilization of services from junior colleges when we're helping residents here?
Yeah, that's a great question. We just wrapped up a partnership with Jeff State Community College, and we're planning on repeating the partnership too and expanding to other community colleges. But essentially, one of the issues that our community colleges came to us with is that their expertise is credentialing, doing the curriculum development, sourcing out instructors, and providing that education. But where they're really overworked is coordinating the amount of wraparound services needed to get their students across the finish line, and not just to graduation, but in employment and actually earning more money. So that's where Birmingham Core came in. We were able to get 18 girls across the finish line, not girls, they're women, they're grown women with kids, across the finish line in 6 weeks, and now working at a plethora of or Birmingham hospitals as clinical medical assistants. And the difference between Birmingham Core and a lot of just career services programs or workforce programs is that our bottom line, what we define as success, is anyone who comes to us, within 6 months, we want to see that they're earning 20 to 30% more than what they were earning before they came. So we don't like to label people as like poor or needy or like impoverished or anything like that, but we do want to, really focus on like how much are you earning and how can we increase your earning potential. Because as y'all know, like if our residents are earning more, then it's just overall great for the community, and we get to generate more tax revenue and do a lot more economic development, community development.
Well, I am glad also to hear about the component that you give for child care services. I know child care and transportation generally are very limiting when people are seeking these types of services. So I'm glad to see that your model includes that. When you talk about salary, and this is my last question, I know we've all talked about livable wage and how's that. So what type are you looking at a certain dollar per hour figure that you're looking for to make the job be more of a livable wage job?
That's also a great question. So if you look at like our MIT living calculator, it'll say living wage in Jefferson County is, at like the first program we ran, it was $16.65 an hour for a single person with no dependents. Now it's like $20.35 an hour. At the end of the day, it's very much dependent on the person. The more dependents you have, the more you have to earn. So the way we look at it is, it has to be a basic living wage for one person, but also Birmingham Core doesn't stop serving someone once they're employed. We look at how much they're earning. Like clinical medical assistance is it's a gateway job opportunity. It's the lowest paid at a hospital. It meets the livable wage barrier. But what it actually does is get our ladies in the door to be part of a higher quality employer. A lot of folks are coming from hourly wage jobs or service industry, so this gives them health insurance, a salary, and also an education benefit. They now have access to get higher ed. It can be on the track to be nursing students. So that's where we're a little different than just your average career services, because we're also building out career pathways to know, like in 6 months, you're going to get a job that's going to help you pay the bills, but let's get you a greater job that's going to help you grow your family and sustain your life.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any questions?
Can you talk about how you find the 40 individuals to participate?
How we find the people? Yeah, so we partner with a lot of community-based nonprofits, and also leverage our community and our partners to be recruiters as well. We're all over the place. We're not just in at colleges and universities. We're also looking at, so for example, we just deployed 15 AmeriCorps members to serve at nonprofits for 40 hours a week across 14 Birmingham-based nonprofits. And so these individuals are going to be serving 40 hours a week, also earning some money from us, and also getting health insurance and all of that. But when we're doing the recruitment, we're also looking back at our nonprofit community and saying, hey, who's that volunteer that's always there? Who's a program participant that's received services from you? Because those are typically also going to be the people that would be the best employees for you. And so another thing about Birmingham Core is we're not just finding random folks, but we're also finding people that are in the community by community partners, and making sure we're placing local people in local institutions.
Cool, thank you. What is this funding source?
So the funding source is actually, that's not correct. It's actually that funding source is in non-departmental. in the back of your budget book. So it ends with 96836 for $75,000. We'll correct it for the council agenda.
Huh. Good.
Rosiano.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that item passes. We'll send this to the full council with recommendation to approve. Item 20.
Renee Johnson, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. The item before you is a development agreement with the City of Birmingham, Carver Jones LLC, which Carver Jones will undertake bringing a grocery store to the former Save a Lot at Heritage Plaza. This will be Carver Jones corporate headquarters, and they will bring approximately 25 new jobs with a capital investment of $2.1 million. The agreement with the City of Birmingham and Carver Jones would be $600,000 upfront. Funding source would be Healthy Food Initiative, food recruitment, and that will go towards health cost and repurposing the store. In addition, additional $250,000 would be sales tax abatements in years 1 and 2 of service to enact 1 year from the opening of the grocery store, and that'd be 1 year in arrears based upon 50% of sales tax revenue, not to exceed up to $125,000 for the last 2 years, for a total of $850,000 for the Carver Jones grocery store.
What triggers that 600K?
600K is upfront money, it's coming from.
It's coming from the CDA funding that was approved by the council. We had $1 million just for healthy. We used it for the Mr. Butcher that's over in your district. It's that same funding source.
Thank you for the history lesson there. Is that, what I'm saying, is that triggered by just signing the agreement?
Yeah, it's the upfront cost that for the incentive.
And then they got a year to, I guess,
Hit
get
their metrics.
75%?
Right.
What other location do they have?
Well, they had a previous location for City of Fair.
That's what.
Mr. Chair?
I have the two principals here, if I have any questions. Gentlemen, please come forward.
Okay.
How you gentlemen?
James Harris, the CEO of Carver Jones Market. And I'm Jeffrey Nelson with Finley.
We're glad to have y'all here today.
Thank you.
Excited for what you're doing, the first of more, I hope. You have any specific questions?
Yeah, is there any additional information we need to know outside of what Mr. Renia just told us?
No, I think he covered it pretty well. Of course, we talked on our conference call just a few days ago, so, yeah.
And one thing I failed to mention, this grocery store will have a pharmacy located within the grocery store, minority owned, this group is, so we're looking forward to bringing that additional amenity to the area which they don't have. The closest won't be near, that's correct. So this will have a pharmacy as well as a grocery store.
Yeah, glad to have you in Birmingham, Mr. Harris.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And I'm really happy to hear that, 'cause I don't remember the name of the grocery store that's now like UAB Sand Volleyball. Was there a pharmacy there? Do you remember that?
I can't recall.
It was a grocery store, I feel like it was a pharmacy, but that's been such a, I was a little girl, I don't remember much, but that's a long time ago. But I'm excited to hear, about getting the grocery store. Just a couple of questions, I asked this on the conference call. What will be the price ranging for the food?
Yeah, we're going to need 3-tier pricing. And what that means is national brands, okay? And also private label, and then also value. We've got a a Dollar General that you could just look right down the street at, so we're gonna really keep our eyes on their pricing. We have a system that keeps us competitive in our pricing on those items. So, yeah, those are some of the things that we're gonna do. And of course, we're able to cut our own meats in that store, so that's gonna keep us competitive in that area. And then local and regionally grown produce, so that's
And then what forms of payment would you accept from customers?
really all. The only one that is only credit card that we don't accept is American Express.
And then will you be recruiting your workers from within the district or within the area?
Absolutely. We want 50% of our workforce to be high school and first-year college students. That's going to be our future of training as we go forward. So, other than seasoned managers for meat, produce, and store operations, everyone else will come from the community.
Yes, I know Madam President would be happy. You know, we talked about Leelanau High
Good,
School.
yes, that's
and
right.
Boston State, getting from there.
That's a great feat.
Yeah, great feeding system for that. I think we also talked about community engagement as well.
Absolutely.
What would that look like?
Yeah, that is a huge part of the food desert. I mean, without the community, it won't survive. It's just that simple. But like we talked on our call, is getting with you, letting you lead us into those communities on the front end, not after we open the store, before we open the store. We need their buy-in, and so we want to give them weigh in. We want to ask their opinion. Now, we can't do everything, of course, but they'll have a good idea of what we are before we open the door. And also, the faith-based community is very important. So those two entities are gatekeepers to these communities, as well as, you know, people like yourself that represent those communities in those areas. So absolutely, that is the survival of these stores.
Okay. Well, I'm really, really excited. I want to thank administration because it's very rare in a counselor's, you know, term or lifetime of serving on the council that you're able to get two grocery stores in the same area as once. I really am happy to see this because I think we talked about, I think all of us almost have a tie to the area. Some of us, you know, knew when it was before the Heritage Shopping Center. I remember it was Food World and Save a Life. So I'm excited to see this. And I told the neighborhood officers and they were ecstatic and they were really happy to hear this happening. I know they're listening to it right now. So thank you so much.
That's wonderful. We're looking forward to it.
I guess how many jobs do you anticipate?
25 to 30. You know, we'll be able to have a bigger head count because, you know, your high school kids are going to only be able to be part-time. So that'll swell that number a little bit. But there'll be, you know, we'll have full-time workers, and particularly during the day when children are not, you know, kids are not there. So they work afternoons and weekends. So that's the way it works.
I say lastly, ideal world, everything goes according to plan, like what is construction like?
That's good. We're gathering all that right now. I'm gathering bids on particular things, but the store needs some real interior work done to it, and particularly lighting. It needs to be bright, so it feels safe, it feels clean. So we're getting bids on, that's a critical element in it. And also just a revamping, fresh look, and working with the landlord on restriping the parking lot, taking some of those trees down so you can see from the road of, in that area, removing any dead spots, hidden spots, that kind of thing. So, Q1 of 26 is our goal.
Yes, I like it. All right, cool. Chief, I think Councilor Smitherman challenged you to bring a second grocery store to District 1 as well. But good work.
Say challenge yourself.
Good. All right, hey.
I didn't know I sounded so manly, so.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
forward to that. I did want to thank you all for bringing this into District 6. I call it my cousin district, so hopefully we will have residents from District 7. I know they're very close proximity and would benefit from a store like this. I guess the only thing I want to say is that we did have a grocer to come in and make some very big, I don't want to say commitments, but they made us feel as if everything would be fresh, the pricing. And the moment they opened the doors, we started getting complaints about some of the pricing, the brands of the products, the quality of the meats. So I would just want to ensure that that commitment is there, because I know that residents are looking, just because something is put in our neighborhoods, we want it to be the same quality as in other neighborhoods. So I just want to be sure that we voice that, and that our residents receive, you know, what they're due as far as quality products and services.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Councilman Alexander. These are some of the challenges when we go to African American communities. I've been in the business a long time, and what happens when product don't turn fast enough, then they begin to leave it out longer. You know, we get those things. And so, a couple of things. Number one, produce is one of the first things in line that you see when you go in the store, and this is, I really like that. That's what I've always done. It really works. It says fresh when you go in. The thing that we will do that give us more time on the product, as opposed to some of our other companies in the city, is that you'll be able to, instead of having 5 days on the road and then 2 or 3 days in the warehouse before it gets in, it shorts the amount of time for the customer, takes it home and keep it a few days before they use it. So getting product local and regionally grown, when I say region, I'm talking about Georgia, I'm talking about Mississippi, you know, those areas where you're a few hours into the market. And so that really keeps a product fresher. You got more time and life on it when it gets here. Because the moment that product is picked, it's ticking, you know, it's the shelf life is being eaten up. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you don't have problems. You will have problems. I've done it for 30 years, and no matter how much you don't want to, it happens. But the way you operate a store and the plan you go into a store, we want to operate with excellence all the time. And last time I checked, a dollar's a dollar, it's green, it doesn't matter who spends it. And so it does the same thing. Why should our communities be offered something less when your dollar does the same thing?
I agree. Well, thank you for that commitment, and we look forward to that, because I just want this to be a great success, because we have some spaces in D7, we'd like to have another grocery store, so thank you.
Thank you.
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That item passes. Item 21.
All right, we'll bring up Director Burrows again.
Daryl Burns, I serve as Director of IS. We're requesting that we be allowed to engage with Tower Technologies, that owns New World ERP, to work with us on some transitions from New World to Oracle Fusion, which is our new ERP system.
I have one question. So when you say that this transition from New World to Oracle, what efficiency do you think you'll get from this transition? Or does it include an efficiency or just products and services?
No, absolutely, it's a transition. Right now, we have 2 ERPs. We have Lawson and we have New World. We're incorporating all those into one, which is Oracle Fusion. Just gives us a whole different perspective on terms of data, how we can be reporting, et cetera.
Okay. And my other thing, I know capacity, sometimes who has access to this, or we can use this system? Does this allow any additional users among different departments?
Well, I think the item is just to help with our transition
Okay.
from those ERP systems to our brand new one, so we don't get anything lost within the transition phase. But I hear your concern, so we can talk about it once we're fully integrated. We can talk about user interface.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Thank you.
hey, 5 years ago, you would've got him with that. You got him.
Miss it, man.
You would, hey, he caught it, hey, he caught it, hey.
We want to make payroll too.
Chief, it'd be good if we could maybe get a, presentation on the new software system so the council could be
Yeah,
aware.
I think we can probably do that, because I think we're in the phase now of, training. I think
You don't-
Mr. McDaniel, you probably got your invitations to training, soon will be. But we'll update the council when we get close to our launch date.
Perfect, yeah, because if we can get those, logins and training, we'll be, ready to hit the ground running.
Yes, sir.
Hit the ground running.
Good
Could
job.
save a lot of email traffic. We can just,
Good questions, Mr. McDaniel, thank you.
I work with them every day. They know.
We heard him talk.
They know.
he speaks for the group. Speaks for the group. He has to say some things that we can't always say. We good?
Ms. Garner, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. Moving along nicely. Item 22.
Good afternoon. Adrian Stitt with the Grants Division, Finance Department Grants Division. And this item is where National Register of Historic Places has asked this Garvin with PDP, where they've asked us, because of the current grant we received in 2024, the funds are expiring. So they reserved the funding for us, but they asked us to switch the funding year. So we're just basically switching funding year for the National Historic Preservation, but we do have to complete another application. So this request is for us to complete that application, get all those documents signed, so we can continue with this project.
Oh, you good?
I just have a question. So by us, I want to say resubmitting the grant, I know, things are going on the federal level. Does this open us up for should we have any caution that this might interfere with us getting the grant just by opening this back up, or?
I don't
it's
think,
pretty
I
much
wouldn't say, not on this level. Now, if
Okay.
it was one of the bigger ones, that would be different, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have a plan for what we want to do with it?
She can expound on.
I'm sorry.
If you could talk about
Oh,
the
it's
impending project, maybe?
It's for Druid Hills to list the Druid Hills community in the National Register of Historic Places. In 2023, we completed a historic survey of the district and found that 364 properties could be added to the National Register. So this is just completing that final step of the paperwork and doing the documentation and submitting it to the National Park Service for their review and approval.
Okay. And then, tell me, what was your organization?
I'm with the Planning, Engineering, and Permitting
Oh, you-
Department.
okay.
I'm Hannah Garman. I serve as the Historic Preservation Manager. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
All right, who's gonna be the consultant?
We had a person, so we have to reissue the RFP again, so it'll go back out. We only received one submittal with the original grant, so we'll submit that RFP out again. It'll stay out for about 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll send it to around 10 to 15 different consulting firms around, and hopefully, I'm hoping we get some more interest in it this time.
Okay, so we haven't selected anybody.
No,
We
we
never
have not
got that far.
selected consulting.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Hannah. Nice to meet you.
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That item passes. Send that to full council with a recommendation to approve. Item 23.
Good afternoon again, Adrian Stitt, serving in the Grants Division. So this right here, this is where the National, I can't see,
Fitness campaign.
Fitness Campaign reached out to the city of Birmingham about us pursuing a partnership with them through Blue Cross Blue Shield, where we can have 3 of our parks right now be designed with fitness studios. So we're requesting the council and the mayor to approve us to move forward to receiving these fitness courses, but we do have funding, a match that we need to provide with this, and that will come from our ARPA and grants match fund.
Are you prepared this time to say what parts?
Of course she is.
Yes, we are. Right
She's
now,
before
it's
the
been
budget
selected Norwood.
WC Patton and Eastlake.
And is there anything about the terrain or the way the park is or located that makes these 3?
Yes, their main criteria was the topology, the acreage, the population, the visibility, the activities, and the connectedness. That's how they.
And is this similar, with these items, be similar to what we see in Railroad
Yes.
Park and those kind of things? Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How much does it cost to build one of these things?
I think on the construction part is more just making sure that they have the type of foundation that can be safe more than anything. So the digging and trying to construct the actual play area or the fitness area is more of the cost than just the actual equipment.
Yeah, but I mean, 327 can't get you a whole fitness park these days. Yeah. I have seen these. They are nice. Guess I'll be a little more gentle with them now. See how much they cost.
Right. Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. Birmingham is one step closer to total fitness. Item 24.
Okay. Yeah. Well, come on. There's a couple people that can speak to this item. Go ahead.
Good evening, council. Yeah, 16th Street, we are updating the amendment agreement with a new funding source. It'll be a streetscape project, sidewalks. The extent of the project will be down I-65 to 11th Avenue. And so we're just updating that funding source.
It's on item 25.
Yeah.
Oh, this is item 25. I'm sorry. I skipped that. I did that wrong. I did. That's
We'll
25.
go ahead and call
I
item
apologize.
25. Was confused. All right, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm sorry. Alan Walker, Service Deputy Director, Capital Projects.
Man. All right. Forgive me, people. I'm not used to people coming to my committee meeting. Chaz will stop by once or twice a quarter.
Every once in a while.
Okay. Now we're on the right item.
It's 25.
Yeah.
I apologize. So it's already been approved by the council. It's just changing the funding source. Mhm. We could have wrote that in there.
Changing the funding source and increasing.
And
And increasing the amount, yes.
And the increase is due to just the scope of the project?
It's an updated agreement that that funding source had. The scope of the project just sort of reset after a couple of years, so we've, picked it back up off the shelf, moving it forward. And this is the new, kind of funding based on the scope of work.
So now since we're redoing it, the scope of the work is just the timing is causing the
The
increase.
price to go up.
It's now the price and the products and
Some inflation, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
tell me, what CN is referencing what?
CM phase.
Construction.
Probably have to get back to you, fund the CN. I think it's right-of-way utilities fund the, probably construction, that's probably short for construction. seen that before.
We'll find out. I'm thinking it's construction phase, so that's the phase we're in. That's construction. Okay.
Thank you, Deputy Director Walker.
Thank y'all.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item passes. So let's call 24 back to the
Yeah, so basically what's before the council is just an amendment to the class trend agreement for them to allow them to start applying for grants to the FTA. So that's really what's before the council. We have, I forgot your name. Yeah, Tiffany, yeah. She can come in and explain what we're trying to do. They reached out to us recently to get the city support on a future grant that they're trying to apply for. So I'll let her explain it better than I could.
I'm Tiffany Taylor, Finance Manager with Class Trend. Essentially what we're asking for is for you to please, we're asking for you to allocate a portion of the $300,000 received via contract towards our 5311 grant. We apply for the grant each year. This year we had a situation to where Jefferson County changed our dollar amounts that they normally provide or allocate towards us. So that's the reason why we're having to come up and find the additional $24,288. Just to place on the grant to show local match. And we're only asking that we allocate the $24,288 towards our 5311 grant.
Okay. All right. So, been a minute since I've been in a conversation around 5311. Tell me where you are. Are these funds you already have a dollar amount as far as what
Yeah,
you?
these are the operating funds that we supply them. So within the
No.
agreement.
I mean her grant.
Oh.
What you're getting. How much money are you getting via the other side of this grant?
5311. I'm gonna ask if you don't mind, I'll bring Owen Thomas up as well. He is our innovation manager, and he can help me out. He has a seat, have a name out there.
Well, this is effectively a match for
Yeah,
what y'all are doing.
just using, leveraging our money as the match for them to get the grant.
We have not received it, we have already committed our, placed our application towards, to the funding source, but again, it's just, we're short $24,288. And we're asking that we use a portion that was awarded to us through the city of Birmingham to submit as a portion. We have to certify all of our match funds. So we're just wanting to tap into the $300,000 that would have been awarded to us and have it certified and send that to complete our grant application.
But this is a grant you typically are awarded regularly. Yeah.
Yes. And normally it's not, as far as it has been this year, for some reason, but we're just abiding by the rules and just tapping into our different municipalities that have, already awarded us funding, and you guys came next.
Okay. Well, sorry y'all are dealing with that, but tell the story of how the city of Birmingham stood ready to aid you in your hour of need. Any other questions?
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that item passes, and we'll
Thank
jump
you.
back over to item 26.
26, I'll bring up Mr. Walker again.
Good afternoon, Alan Walker, Service Deputy Director of Capital Projects, and this is setting up funding for right-of-way acquisition for the project.
Talk about the project.
So this project's going to be some improvements on 19th Street. The extent of the project's going to be sidewalks, some streetscape, landscaping, kind of a full streetscape project.
So is this existing already? Is this the one that runs along? Are you upgrading it, or are you improving it, or is this a new pathway? Is that the one already on 19?
It's the existing, it's gonna be a upgrade to the existing infrastructure, streetscapes, sidewalks, new landscaping, something we kind of had in the works, and now we're executing on the right-of-way piece for some right-of-way acquisition needed. Project.
Thank you.
I would ask that we put a map in the attachments when it comes to full council.
Got you. It's in your capital monthly report also.
You always got to hold something back, man. I'm just like, even if you don't mind, you just got to do it.
We know better for the next time, sir.
Oh, man. All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That item passes. We'll send this to the full council with the recommendation to approve. At this time, we'll go back to item 2 and see if there is appetite to consider the minutes.
Come over for approval, second.
All in favor? That item passes. Any unfinished? I feel like we got some unfinished. We gotta have some unfinished business. I feel like there's always unfinished business. All right. We'll skip to 29.
Move for adjournment. Second.
All in favor? Meeting is adjourned.